Clickety clack. Ooh, hard to get used to the lights, eh?
Right?
Man, it's the price you pay to be a star. Wow.
So yeah,
Fleetwood Mac.
you don't know the story.
I don't know the story of
rumors.
Fleetwood Mac. Okay, but
so,
hey, did you know that? Did you know that my favorite artist last year, Post Malone, did a Fleetwood Mac cover?
Really?
And that's what got me interested in Fleetwood Mac. I didn't really know about them at all before then.
Gotcha.
But you have a story about Fleetwood Mac.
I do. Cheers, by the way.
Cheers.
Yeah.
Nice to see you.
So the story is Fleetwood Mac, and maybe the viewers at home maybe will correct me in this in a couple areas. I don't know, but I'm pretty sure, to my knowledge, this is the story.
Yeah.
Of Fleetwood Mac and the album Rumors.
It was an album called Rumors. Okay.
Joni Mitchell.
Yeah.
Was the lead singer.
Okay.
Who, by the way, I think this is the story, the part of the story that I think it may be somewhat of a tall tale.
Yeah.
Apparently, Joni Mitchell did so much cocaine that the bridge in her nose collapsed.
Okay.
And her roadies used to have to put it up her bum with straws and blow cocaine up into her bum.
Okay.
Yeah. So maybe you'll edit this part
out. That's the rumor. Okay.
But so they did.
It's not very good for the environment.
What is
the plastic straws?
Oh, I thought you meant putting cocaine up your rectum.
No, that's fine. I mean, that's what you got to do. But
but turtles need some way to
do
cocaine, don't they?
Right, turtles. Just think about the straws.
Think about the turtles.
Think about use metal straws. Reusable.
There you go.
Keep them clean.
Yeah, they're hard to keep. Have you tried to clean?
I haven't tried to clean a metal straw before. Nor have I. I'm not living.
Could you imagine working in a restaurant now with metal straws?
Can you imagine working in a restaurant at all right now?
No.
The amount of...
No one's working in a restaurant
But just
right
the
now.
amount of care.
Yeah.
I saw they have plexiglass between our stations. So you're on salad and I'm on dessert and we have plexiglass between us.
Right.
But I'll see you outside for a smoke, I guess.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It seems
I don't
so
get
weird.
You're supposed to wear a mask once you enter, but once you get to your table, you can take it off.
Take it off
because
you
have to.
Swimming pool's safe now. It's not just out there. It's a lot of confusion. We're not experts.
I can't. No, the world is definitely a new place.
Man, do you know what I'm addicted to right now?
What's that?
More than ever, and I've never been before. Maybe once. Is politics. The Canadian comedy of politics right now. I get up in the morning and I reach for YouTube. I don't even go Facebook anymore. I'm just what is Trudeau doing this weekend?
Yeah.
Where's he at? He's at the Loblaws camp. He's up there. Oh, they got $12 million worth of new fridges last year. Now he's up at the camp. Flew him in on their plane, the water plane, and they're I can't.
Buddy, I don't know.
Our finance minister quit today.
Yeah.
Quit.
Yeah, Moreau or Morceau.
You know we're going to ruin everybody's name. We don't know.
The island of Dr. Moreau.
Yeah, we're I don't want to speak for you, but I'm a pretty simpleton when it comes to this stuff. But I'm finding it extraordinarily entertaining.
I think American politics is more entertaining than Canadian politics right now.
Wow.
Canadian, it's all a circus, but
when you go on American, you watch an American politic thing, right? And there's all this stuff going on right now in the primaries or whatever. These are words I heard, right? Mm-hmm. Key words I can throw out in the
primaries. No one knows.
Primaries, I don't know what the fuck that means, right? Anyways, they're talking about what's going on, but I look on their thing and they go, it's had 565,000 views, right? And I go on CTV, because I don't go on CBC because they don't allow comments, because it would just be Trudeau needs to die, Trudeau needs to quit, Trudeau needs to be fired, Trudeau needs to step down, Trudeau, it's all negative. Yeah. It would be the voice of the people, and we pay for CBC, so it should be promoting the voice of the people, but they don't do that because they're sponsored and paid in full by the sitting government. Anyway, it's good times. So
I didn't know that. Is that true?
It's 100% true. They're 100. It's 100%. So it's a liberal run. It's the same thing when they have the Fox and the NBC or whatever in the States. We have the exact same thing here, except we don't have the other side. We don't have the other voice. We just have CBC, and that's it.
That's it.
The liberals pay them. They paid all their workers to stay home and then gave them more money. It's fun time. Anyways, I get excited because now our finance minister has quit, and we have a new finance minister that, other than has never done anything financial before, right? Doesn't have a degree in finance in any way, shape, or form. She's a woman, so I guess that's important. You should put a woman in charge. Maybe get one that has an accounting degree.
I'm not touching that one.
Maybe. I love women, and my wife's a very successful woman, very high powers. I love successful. Everybody do what you want to do. Be the best you can be. But I mean, if you're
I think
hiring,
anyone in
if
that
I'm hiring
position,
for a cook, you should know how to cut, right? You should know how to chop with a knife, right? You should at least have some.
Anybody in that position should have some training.
Some training.
Some
Maybe
fiduciary training.
That's a big word.
Fiduciary. That's even bigger than financial. I really like that word.
Let's get that in there. Yeah, we should have some fiduciarily responsible people.
Absolutely.
At least somebody that has some. They have this one cat. I don't know his name, and but apparently he's like this. Like they bring him into their countries when they have financial problems, and he goes in there and he fixes stuff. And he does a really, really good job. Apparently he's Canadian, and he was just like the finance minister for, I don't know, one of the European countries. I'm horrible with everything when it comes to anything.
Geography,
but whatever.
Okay.
Anyways, and they were saying that this guy was like a shoo-in, and that Trudeau's been talking to him, and he's going to come and like put us back together again. That probably would have made a lot of sense.
Right.
Instead, he just put a different minister in that has no experience.
No training whatsoever.
None. Like, she has a degree in ancient history for Russian or something. Like,
really?
Nothing to do with...
Yeah. And what's this whole thing about the Wii scandal and they're saying he should just resign? I don't even listen. I'm like I haven't
he gave a contract without bidding to anybody else, just a sole source contract for $900 million, like almost $1 billion, right?
Yeah.
And the scandal part is that his mom and his brother and his friends all work at Wii now. Right? And his mom, apparently, this is going to come out whether it's true or not. I mean, they know it's true, but they're going to, whether it's his responsibility or whatever, it's going to come out. So, but $300,000 or so of monies was paid to his mother for speaking or for expenses of this money. And I'm thinking to myself, if you didn't think Trudeau was a douche before, $900 million and your mom's only getting pieced out 300 G's, you're a shitty kid. You're a shitty son, right? Like you should. My mom. Listen, if I'm gonna rip off somebody, right? If I was right, and I had the power to give you a huge contract, and I could help my mom, it wouldn't be. It would. 6 figures. Come on.
You make a valid point. Yeah.
Jeez. And his brother, 40 grand. His brother got 40 G's of some whatever. Like I helped you travel or paid some expenses. $40,000. I don't know if you know Trudeau had a brother. He had 2. One of them, like a Kennedy, was, died young. You got to sacrifice one of them, right? That's part of the elites. They got to. It's unfortunate. You're the one. Sorry, but anyways, planes crash, accidents happen, skiing, whatever. Yeah. It's always one of those things, right? Anyways, I digress. I
still think that that Trudeau is Castro's son.
Yeah.
You see the comparison of it? I'm not big into conspiracy theories, but oh my god,
I wasn't certain until probably 2 p.m. this afternoon when I was having my nap like I usually do because I'm a comic. So I'm having my afternoon nap after golfing this morning, and then I'm a rich comic. I didn't say I was a poor comic. So I'm living my day, and I see a video for the first time of Justin Trudeau's mother. Wow, they need to keep these off the internet. She is bat cuckoo shit crazy. The way she was talking about,
I gotta look this up.
She was talking about how Gretchen, that weird child that talks about the environment. She's like, I don't know, like an orbit or what are those things called?
Are you talking about that little green puppet?
Kind of, but it's that young girl, that Gretchen something from somewhere that flies around the world and burns jet fuel and says we suck in the environment. And
dude, what is her name?
Something. Anyway, so this mom is like bragging about how cool this girl is and how like young people are really bringing it to the to the world, and how uplifting it is to be part of we. And she's just cuckoo, man. And I'm like, I could definitely see Castro. I see it now. I get it. It was the 70s. We did a lot of things. Everybody was free,
Well, apparently she did it with Mick Jagger, too.
After seeing her, I don't want to... I mean, Justin, I know you might want to fight me now. You're going to come and beat up the old middle-aged white guy that thinks that you're... He's a perv, too, eh? Was he a teacher? Wasn't he a teacher? They're like, was he a teacher? But then they're like, well, was she a student? She was 17. Well, how old was he? Maybe he wasn't a teacher. Maybe he was just a teacher's assistant. I don't know, right?
What?
I'm not sure.
No. I don't know anything about the words that just came out of your mouth.
The whole thing that happened, the whole scandal? This was a whole other scandal.
No,
because
I know about the brown face stuff. You're like,
oh my goodness.
That's immediate. Wow. That should just be an immediate,
that's a box.
I quit. Step down.
Still here.
You have blackface.
Yeah, that's. Not once, not twice. And they're going,
Well, like
well, he was
three
just, they're like,
times?
he was just a kid. 27.
Yeah. And this isn't that long ago.
No.
And he's saying, well, because he was in drama and it's for acting class. In acting, in plays and stuff nowadays, you still don't do that.
Yeah.
You know?
I was watching Joe Rogan and Iron Man was on there. What's the Iron Man guy?
Robert Downey Jr.
Yeah, he was on there and he was talking about how he did the brown face in that Tropic Thunder, right?
Yeah.
Which is such a crazy good movie. It's
It
ridiculous.
is, yeah.
And I know most people would disagree with me because my taste in movies is hideous. But that movie is so good.
With the exception of, you know what? Yeah, I just said that.
Right.
But with the exception of that movie, I think that's okay in that movie. But why is it okay?
He said you could never do it now. He said, like, he goes, I did it then, and that was the last time you could ever get away with it in the history of man.
Right.
He was like, this was it. And he goes, and I knew going into it that the way I was doing it, as I wasn't doing it, I was doing it as somebody else doing it that knew they were doing it.
Right.
Right? He was like, because of that transition thing, he's like, I got a pass.
Yeah.
But it was thin.
That's
was
why.
like thin.
That's the only reason that
Right?
works. Yeah.
But now I hear he's one of the like Pedo Island dudes.
Oh no!
I saw that.
Oh no,
dude! I just see these things on the internet. I don't verify
that
anything.
Sucks.
I have no idea. I don't Iron Man. If you're, I hope you're legit because you're a Wing Chun guy and I love Kung Fu. But listen,
everybody Wing Chun tonight.
Everybody's on this fucking island. Like holy shit! This must have been unbelievable. Like, listen.
Some of my favorite people have apparently been on that island.
Right?
Bill Murray. You're like,
no.
But who knows? Okay, hold on. Hypothetically,
Yeah.
if this guy,
Yeah.
with all this money, invites some celebrities, and you never knew about that, just because you're
Listen.
on those flight logs,
Okay.
does that make you a diddler?
No.
Like,
Listen, it doesn't.
What if you get to that island, you're like, well, shit, and now my only way home is this asshole's plane? You put it into a pretty compromised situation. You know what I mean? Like,
I would imagine.
Just diddle.
You just don't.
You said something about diddlers.
yeah.
We don't like that.
No, we don't like that.
Yeah,
Bad people.
No, but here's what I'm thinking. Okay, like, let's unpack this a little bit.
Yeah.
We're from the restaurant industry.
Yeah.
Right? The restaurant industry is notorious for having fun and exciting parties. It's a great place to work when you're in your 20s, when you're young.
Yeah.
It's great social life. Everybody's up late at night. It's hilarious. It's a lot of fun. We go to parties, right? Now, at a party, there's always different layers to the party, right?
Yeah.
Now, there's the layer that I play on, right? I'm in the layer where I'll have a rum and coke and I might smoke a joint and relax for the rest of the night.
Yeah.
I know that there's probably other things happening at the party, right? I know I'm not stupid,
Right.
but I'm also not looking for anything else happening at the party. So I'm happy standing by the pool, having my rum and coke.
Right.
Somewhere else in the house, there's a room and there's people in there that might be doing things that maybe they're taking LSD, maybe who knows what they're doing.
Right.
I mean, I don't go to the I don't even know, but I don't think I was in the kind of parties where super hard things were happening, but I would imagine somebody was doing cocaine somewhere or somebody was,
Being in the restaurant industry, that's a high probability.
right? I'm just saying there's a chance. There's
Yeah.
there's a 97.9% chance that that these things are happening. But if you're not into it, you're not looking for those things, you don't find them.
Right.
So you get invited to a party where there's 100 people or 200 people. You get invited to an island.
Right.
And you're at an all-inclusive resort type environment. And like if you stay up super late and you go into that weird room that says sex dungeon, right? If you go in there, right,
Yeah. I've been to parties where there's there's arrows like to rooms, like one is a picture of Bob Marley and one is a picture of a pile of cocaine.
Okay.
So you know where to go.
Right. Helping. That's a helping.
I
helpful.
Really. I hope? I really hope that on Epstein's Island there aren't signs that say this way to the awful sex dungeon.
Right. And this way to the normal sex world dungeon. Like because they're saying Oprah Winfrey was out there. Like, I'm just like,
oh man.
Like, I mean, like, there's so many different
How
people.
did we get on this again?
Because it's the only thing that's going on the internet. Like, I mean, there's no sports.
That's fair.
I'm watching UFC again, which is fun. I like watching the fighting.
Here's talking about conspiracy. Oh, I never finished the Joni Mitchell story.
Oh, so let's get back to Joni Mitchell.
That was just I gotta finish.
There was more to that other getting cocaine blown up the butt.
Yeah,
that's how
more
we got on. That's how we got onto it.
Here we go. Okay.
Yeah.
So, Dreams, not Dreams. That's one of the songs on the album. Rumors. She was dating the guitarist, and they had a falling out. They broke up.
Okay.
And then they had to write another album, so they just put into a room with a bunch of cocaine and made this album. And it's like their best album.
Wow.
Yeah. So anyway, that's.
I like their song. I think it's called Hollywood Dreams.
Yeah.
That's the song that I like. Yeah. That's the one that Post
anything
did the cover
off Rumors. I think Dreams is one of the songs. Yeah. Anyway,
I listen to it almost every day.
Really?
Yeah.
No way.
Yeah, because I got like just your YouTube, just like it's like a robot,
right?
And it just like pays attention to what you like to listen to. Yeah. And now it seems like now I used to have say 50 things to choose from. Now it seems because of the things I watch, I have 3. Like it seems like way more like specific. I'm like, where's the rest of the things that could be happening?
I want it to be broad.
Yeah, but it's getting narrower.
Yeah. And I go on my YouTube now, and there's
I want to sign out of my YouTube and just see what's going on in the rest of the world.
Yeah, if you should do that because that does it for me automatically sometimes. And you open YouTube without your account, and you're like, oh no way!
My goodness, there's so many other things happening.
There's a whole other world out there. You know.
Agreed. Yeah. So the finish of the Joni Mitchell story was that she broke up with her.
The whole
boyfriend.
Thing that makes them a great band is that they went through this strife
and this huge
bender
and they wrote and wrote.
And all these songs are about her shitting on him in the breakup, but he's the guitarist in the band playing the songs. So there's this whole
dynamic.
There's
some vibes
whole history
there
to that album. But
you're kind of young to know about these bands.
Yeah, well, am I?
Yeah.
I was born in '87, so I guess I am a little young. 87. But I grew up listening to a lot of classic rock. You know, my brother got me. He's my older brother. You know, he used to play.
I know your brother. He's a musician.
That's right. Yeah.
He's a great musician.
Yeah, great. Jesse Perrin.
Yes.
Yeah.
Shout out to Jesse.
That's
What's up,
right.
buddy? How you doing?
He got me into music at a young age, and I got big into classic rock when I was.
I messaged him on Facebook. I sent him a message. I was like, "Hey, man, I'm back in town now. We should hang out. Like, I really want to be your best friend, or like at least hang out." I think he thought I was a stalker, and he hasn't really got back to me. I mean, whatever, Jesse.
Please tell me that's true.
It's really close to the truth.
By the way, Thomas Brent reached out to me.
Is he okay? Has he been? Okay? Before I respond, where's he at?
Hey man,
he seems like
at home.
Seems like he's a little out there right now.
Brent, you've always been out there, buddy. That's why I like it.
No, I like your brother because he has a twisted sense of humor like we do.
Yes, that's fair. Yeah. Oh man. Oh yeah, classic rock. So I actually like my knowledge of music is actually pretty extensive.
Nice, mine is not.
Really?
Yeah, I don't really. No. So weird.
We should just get together and then listen to music.
Just listen to music. That sounds so
nice.
great.
High as balls.
Yeah, that helps. Listen to albums.
That's right.
Listen to albums from start to finish.
Yeah.
Right? Don't just wimp out to one song and then skip it, and then I don't like this one. Skip it.
Well, you
skip
can't.
it.
And with vinyl, it's not. You have to
maneuver
get up and
the
do
needle.
Yeah. Like just let it play. That's the great thing about vinyl.
Yeah, you know what? This song's not as good as the last one.
Yeah.
Right? And make you think the next one's better.
Right.
Maybe.
Yeah.
Or worse.
Yeah.
But you're feeling emotions.
Albums back then. By the way, I just sounded like felt like I was possessed by a demon there.
Yeah.
Anyway,
I walked to school uphill both ways, 19 miles. It was even before the metric system.
Sure. The nice thing about vinyls is that back then they were catered to like what am I talking about?
Steps were closer to each other.
I get what you're saying. People like listen to.
They were. Thank you, David. David's our hand.
Well, he's a musician. He's like really smart and
like an album like Dark Side of the Moon. I'll get off this tangent.
No, that's great.
In a minute. Dark Side of the Moon is like this crescendo, and it's like this whole story, and you can. If you start it, Dark Side of the Moon at a certain point at the beginning on the third roar of The Wizard of Oz. Have you never heard this? If you start at the first second of the entire album, it actually goes with the Wizard of Oz the entire time.
Okay. So you watch the Wizard of Oz,
yeah,
and
with the sound off,
and then you start this at that time, and then you just go on an adventure,
yeah,
and you watch the whole thing.
It completely in sync with the movie.
That's
it's crazy.
Neat. Wow. Yeah. Yeah. I wonder if more people do stuff like that, because that's like an interesting spin on things, right? Like,
and that's a whole conspiracy too. Yeah. It's like, why does it line up? And
I just started
yeah. So there's a lot of really cool things. That's why I like classic rock, because there's a lot of like crazy
little stories that go along with them.
Yeah. So
not as many in the gangster rap that I listen to.
No, you listen to a lot of gangster rap. It took me by surprise, I think, when we first started hanging out again, coming in the bar and just like, are you playing this ironically? Or and then after a while, I'm like, oh no, he's actually into, all right, I'm down.
I don't know what it is. Yeah, I've always liked the hip hop and the rap, and and I find that like new artists, like I get when I start seeing their stories, and it's like, oh, you didn't have like a record label, you didn't have a contract, you did this on your own, you put it on this platform, and then like the one guy that I really like his buddies were into Twitch and gaming, and then like he was hanging out, like basically living in their like closet, like and he just moved to LA to be with them, to be around the music scene, and then like literally blew up because he was putting music out on Twitch. And then from that, I think it's SoundCloud or something.
SoundCloud,
one of those ones. Started putting music out on that, and like by the time he got a record deal, like he was already a millionaire. Really? And those types of stories, you go and you're like, that's amazing.
Yeah.
Right? Now he's got a beer sponsor.
It's amazing how much content you can just create yourself nowadays, and someone
look at us, just creating content. Yeah,
you can just put it out there. That, at any time, anything you're doing. And reach a million different audiences.
Yes.
Not even just a million different people, a million different audiences.
Yes.
For that specific thing that you're doing. I watched an interview with someone, and a famous actor, not too long ago. I wish I could remember who it was, and they said, "What's the point of being famous anymore? Being famous isn't what it used to be."
I want to play the game though. Okay, so what movie was he in? This famous person.
Oh, buddy,
was he tall or short? Would he be considered handsome?
I think so. I remember him being handsome.
Right. Was it Russell Crowe? He likes to talk a lot.
Oh, no. He's in a new movie, though. It looks pretty crazy. Anyway.
Are there new movies now? Like, with COVID and everything? Like, are they making new movies?
Yeah, they're still coming out, but maybe they were made pre-COVID, and now we're going to see,
where are they releasing them? Like, you just, like, right onto the... Like, how do you watch
This is a Netflix movie, I think.
Okay.
Yeah.
Netflix is doing a lot of movies.
They're putting more money into releasing movies on Netflix now than they are into releasing them in theaters.
Wow.
I think, or they're doing the equivalent with a lot of movies. Or
that's
doing
crazy.
Netflix and same day Netflix and theater release dates.
Okay. I went to see a movie when I was in LA. I went to see that Adam Sandler movie, the one where he's a jeweler.
Yeah.
And I'm great with names, right?
Right.
And afterwards there was a Q&A.
Yeah.
And then so like when I went to the theater, it was this in Burbank. I went. And I got the ticket, and it was like $40. But I'd been like, kind of like, prices in LA are weird sometimes. Right. Like, I get a glass of wine at $30. You're like, ooh, guess I'm not getting another glass of wine, right?
Really?
Right? So, like, but like, depending on where you are, like, that was a random place that was super expensive. I'm like, all right, cool. So I was like, movies, $40. I was like, all right, whatever. Like, glad I'm alone.
Right.
And then, like, when I went to it, I sat in these big comfy chairs, and there wasn't that many people in there. And then afterwards, two dudes came out that had something to do with the movie.
Right.
It wasn't like one of the stars or anything. It was just two dudes that were like, I was production something or other, or whatever. And they like answered some questions, and they had like a little pre-thing they talked about.
Interesting.
And showed some clips and stuff. It was neat.
Yeah.
So I was like, oh, that was worth $40.
Yeah.
Kinda.
Yeah.
I enjoyed it.
I always enjoyed going to movies, but it's hard to justify movie prices.
Yes.
Nowadays when you can just
watch it.
If you work hard enough on your laptop, you can find anything you want on the internet.
I do buy most things, not because like I'm like trying to be like I'm better than people, but because I can't figure out
that's fair
how to consistently get something what I want, and sometimes I'm just like, you can have the $4. People, I do want to make more movies. I want to be in a movie, right? So like somebody's going to pay me to do that. I want somehow to be involved.
I'll still pay. I still pay for Netflix. I pay for Audible. I listen to a lot of.
I borrow somebody's Netflix account, obviously. I am a comic,
we all?
right?
Who is this one?
Who's the one guy? He's
for
got
all
everybody
Netflix
on there,
account, right?
Yeah,
I'm using my friends.
Yeah.
Oh man.
I joke about going to LA to get a Netflix deal, and then like the only deal I got was the family plan. $15.99, right? I joke about that in one of my sets, but now it's funny because I spoke it into fruition. Because I kept saying that joke, the only reason I came to LA was to get a Netflix deal.
Right.
But I found the corner because we found out where it was, and last week we actually presented to Netflix our new show, this show, Cooking with a Comic. So like it's coming to fruition just by thinking about it and putting it out there. So
there you go, man. All right. There is something to be said about that, about thinking things and wishing them into fruition. The more you just
at least being open to it being possible.
Yeah.
You're just being open to it. Like I'm open to the idea of not being a fat bastard when I'm 50.
Right.
I'm open to the idea, right? And if I lose 7.5 pounds every year between now and then, I'm gonna be like best shape of my life. Right? So that's an attainable goal, right? And if I miss 1 year, I bump it up to 11 pounds, right? I miss 2 or 3. Hey, if I miss them all, even within 3 months,
that
I
is
drop
a
30 pounds.
sound workout plan. I haven't implemented anything. Just the numbers. I know I need to lose that.
Yeah.
I'll just put that into the universe.
Gotta put it out there.
And this fat will shed itself.
It'll just render. I'll render it off.
Oh,
just
man.
be rendered off.
Brent gets cancer. Disclaimer and apologies to anybody that's ever had cancer.
Yeah,
Is that
fuck
too
cancer.
much?
Fuck cancer.
Yeah.
Right?
My dad just got through that.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Fuck
Yeah, but
cancer.
he's coming out on top.
Good.
He'll be all right.
Good.
Yeah.
That's good.
Yeah.
Good to hear. Yeah. At least you're finding when people are. I mean, you're finding that some people. I'm getting a little bit older. So people are getting older around me. Parents, grandparents, people getting older.
Yeah.
And you see that like when they do get sick, or when we do get sick, it seems like we're getting better. Like it seems like there's solutions, and like take this and do this, and it's not as bad as it used to be. And we catch it early, and we're on it, and we have testing and all that sort of stuff. And maybe we take that for granted sometimes, but I think it's really cool.
I think you're absolutely right. And actually, prime example, because of these new technologies with stem cells, and research, the operator, the procedure my dad had, wouldn't have been possible 4 years ago.
Wow.
So even in that span of time, I'm sure they've done years of research up to that point, obviously.
And then go from 4 to another 10 from now. We're getting smarter and smarter.
It's our knowledge and power.
If they could just plug your brain into a computer at the end, will you do it?
It's coming, and maybe.
It's the only reason why I'm saving up.
I'm huge into sci-fi, so I'm just like, get a bionic arm and a bionic
I want to go to Mars.
heart, right?
I want to open the first comedy club on Mars.
That'd be awesome.
Yeah. Me and Elon up there having a joke.
You and Elon.
I have a breathing apparatus. He doesn't because he's from there. He's just he's like finally can breathe good. He's
did he know? Oh, California.
Yeah, his split tongue comes out.
Right? Oh,
right.
Buddy.
He's a lizard person for sure. Lizard person.
We're touching on that one too. Lizard people and shapeshifters, buddy. Let's get deep into this.
I love shapeshifters.
Conspiracy theories.
Well, I don't love them. I mean, they're around.
I love conspiracy theories and like really not putting any weight into it, but like watching it as a circus.
Oh yes,
there's some wild shit out there, and I'm certain there's some of it's true, and you can connect.
Some of it starts really crazy, and then you start going down the rabbit hole, and you get closer and closer. You're like, I swear to God, there's a giant hole at the top of the world, and you can just walk into it. Right. Like there has to be. Why isn't? And there's a whole other world in there.
It's 3:30 in the morning. And you're watching videos on YouTube.
It's been 3 days in a row. I'm just shaking and spewing sweat. That's me, buddy.
You just at the end of the day, you don't want to become one of the "that's what they want you to think" people. As soon as you start saying "that's what they want you to think," then you might have a problem.
That's exactly Thomas.
Oh,
Sweet
man.
Jesus. They've programmed you to say that. That's like a defense mechanism that they install into you to put up against other people, because they know when you get around your people that are going to agree with you, that's going to come out. They're reverse programming it.
Right.
There's some high level stuff going on. I mean, I don't even trust looking at televisions, cameras, anything. I mean, I'm always being recorded.
Yeah. Well. Okay. Damn it.
Like tomorrow morning now, I'm gonna have like more Netflix like advertisements than ever because I've been talking about it. Right.
I listened to a podcast called Reply all. It's
Don't say that out loud.
No,
you don't. Why? What do you do?
It's actually a really famous podcast. I don't listen to anything. What were we talking about? Sex Island.
So what do these guys talk about on their podcast?
Internet and tech related. I also listened to another podcast. I'm not going to say that one about hacking.
Okay.
And they said they've done some tests where that they think, a lot of people think, you just stated, that all the devices are listening and NSA and CIA and everyone's always listening.
Yeah.
They did some tests with it.
I mean, they're bored.
And one of them
is
convinced that it is happening. One is convinced that it's not. And they did some tests that there's a lot of algorithms involved.
Okay.
And that, for where you are and what you search.
We sign into most places we go.
I think there's a lot of reasoning behind it, but they're definitely fucking recording us.
We help them. We're helping them at every stage. We're like every single one of us has read anything to do with Facebook terms and conditions.
Right?
Where's my friends?
Yeah.
Yes, terms and conditions. Yes. You can look at all my pictures. You can share all my content. Yes, shut up. I just want in.
Every time I open an app like that and we would like to access, wants to access your photos, I'm just I don't know about this.
But they say, but you say no, and then the next thing you know, things get glitchy.
Yeah.
It's like they fuck with you. They're like, listen, you're going to say yes at some point. We see it anyways.
A really big phone company was fined millions of dollars because it had found out that one of their updates was making your battery life shorter.
Oh.
And it's just you can't do that.
I knew it. Dirty scoundrels.
One of those big ones. I'm not going to...
Oh, I don't want to drop any names because Hitmen start coming out.
Going that
but I'm
way.
telling you, we get fucked with the phones here in Canada. The cell phone deals here.
Oh, yeah.
Dude, I was...
brutal.
I mean... As you know, I was just down in LA. I said that's like every story I start with. I'm in LA. Listen, I was in LA, Thomas. Being a fancy comedian. I got paid to do comedy in Los Angeles. Listen,
everyone's really happy for you.
Yeah, I can tell. Yeah, I got the flowers. I got your card. What were we talking about? I can't even remember now.
I felt like you had something there.
I did. It slipped away. That happens sometimes.
Little help?
David, what were we on about?
He was on a good tangent there too.
You were talking about phones.
Phones.
Listen,
yeah.
So my phone just rang right now. It's probably my phone telling me what my story was.
Right.
So I'm down in LA. I go and I gotta get a phone. I go and I just want my phone to work down there.
Right.
Can I use my phone down here? They're like, you can use your phone down here. It's gonna cost you $7 a day every day you're here.
Yeah.
Right. I'm like, but there's 30 days a month. That's a lot of days.
Yeah.
That's like $200 or something. I'm like, that seems excessive, right? I go into the store there and I go, hey man, what is it? I need an LA. How's this work? Bless you, buddy. He goes, we're all get COVID now. We're gonna die, fucking asshole. Listen. So I go in there. The guy goes, $40 American. I give him $40 American. He gives me a phone, no contract. Gives me a phone and gives me enough data and time and everything to be there the whole time I'm there. So the next month, with long distance included, right? And that phone stayed on and worked for 3 months on $40.
What?
And they gave me the phone. It's in your pocket. I think we're using it as a recording device.
Yeah, that one there.
Yeah, my burner phone.
$40.
$40 with the plan, right? And when I go back there, I just show up and it turns back on. I put my credit card in, another $30, and I'm rocking and rolling again. I don't need to pay $40 anymore because I already got the phone.
Right.
And then up here, my phone bill's like
$110 a month.
Yeah, for each phone.
What am
phone.
Apparently, we get some of the worst prices in the world. I don't
know
why that is.
Well, it's probably negotiated by the government. I would imagine something.
Right.
Yeah. Somebody's getting some grants or some whatnot.
We're getting the shaft.
We are on the phone.
And apparently in Ontario, it's the worst. And it's not even that high. It's like
I'm seriously considering, and I think a lot of people are just doing away with it. I'm just gonna do away with it. I know I'm gonna have to lose my phone number in 25 years, but I'm just gonna have to get one of those electronic IP phone numbers and only use internet calling. So if I'm in a Wi-Fi free zone, I'm in my house and I have Wi-Fi. I can call people, I can talk, I can FaceTime, whatever, that kind of stuff.
Yeah.
And when I'm not and I'm out and about, if I don't have Wi-Fi, you can't call me. Right? Who cares? And I have voicemail or texting, and
Right.
you know, like I think there's probably a cheaper way workaround. We're just all too like we're like, oh, I must have my thing the way it is.
Yeah.
But I'm ready to let it go and just be like,
you make a very good point.
yeah,
though,
I'll just buy my phone. Like I own this phone. Just buy it.
I hate shopping. Some people like shopping. I hate it. But like, just
Right.
give me my thing now and let me go.
Let me
You know.
be free with the.
So
thing.
we're just like, that's just what we pay with no questions asked. You know, I think there is a way around it.
There is.
You know,
I'm thinking about it.
The experiment that is the internet, and it's working. Obviously. There was no set guidelines, and you know.
Hey, just so you know, everybody out there in TV land, we got 100 followers on Instagram now. Thanks for that. Appreciate that.
There you go. Getting those numbers up there.
Get those numbers up, eh?
Well, hey, it's 3 digits better than 2.
It's part of the algorithm, right?
Yeah,
Like,
that's
you
right.
gotta walk before you can crawl,
Here's
crawl before you can start.
Good piece of advice. I don't know if you know this.
I don't
Always
know.
use a new tag in your posts.
A new
Always
tag.
switch it up. Don't use the same ones.
Always copy and paste
Because
the same ones because I'm ruining
Gotta
everything.
switch them up because
Ruining
it's all about algorithms. I have no idea what Al Gore's rhythm has anything to do with
I have watched
the internet. but apparently
hours
it
and
does.
hours and hours of like how to be rich on the internet and like how to do this and do that. And
Really?
I've written notes and plans.
Yeah.
And, well, anyways, still not rich on the internet.
Yeah.
Still not
Yeah.
rich on the internet.
That's
right. I have I own a T-shirt company. A V-neck T-shirt company on the internet.
Yeah, I do
owned
know
that for 2 years.
Yeah,
It
yeah.
only cost me about $1,800 so far.
There you go.
That's all it's cost me. I ordered some T-shirts. They didn't show up for me, for
Okay,
myself. I ordered
right.
some, couldn't get them. Fought with the company, couldn't get a refund.
Yeah.
You know, I know it was me. I know I'm the company, but I drive a hard bargain. It was my first sale. I didn't want to give it back. Right?
Okay.
It's been a rough ride. The T-shirt company's not doing what I thought it would do. I thought they would just fly off the shelf. Right? I probably shouldn't have pre-bought the T-shirts. Right? You know, 9,000 V-neck, size medium, small, beautiful.
Sorry, I think
Gonna
I
be rich.
vaguely remember this
Yeah.
now. Sorry, you have a stockpile of T-shirts.
Most people
somewhere?
don't like V-necks, by the way. Just so you know. That's why everybody gets crew neck shirts. That's why they make all crew neck shirts. It's because they don't like the V as much as I do.
Okay, yeah.
But today's
but
a special day.
You rock the V.
I wear it most of the time because that's all I own.
Right.
Except for the couple of these.
Because I've got
fancy
1,000
shirts. Yes. So pretty much, yeah. Me and my son and my wife, we all wear the same
That's awesome.
V-neck shirt until they're
exact same
yeah,
one.
yeah. You know what? They have these companies now. Well, they had them then too. That you can just like sign up with, and then if somebody wanted to buy your T-shirt, they make it for you, and then they drop ship it or do all these fancy words, right?
Yeah.
I could have done it that way, but I thought I could buck the system if I went and bought like a shipping container, right?
Right.
Filled it with T-shirts, right?
Right.
Brought them over here, right? I would just subvert the whole system,
Right.
and instead of making like $14.99 a T-shirt, right? Mine are better, obviously, high quality.
Yeah.
Charge $20 a T-shirt, increase my profitability right off the start, right? Right out the gates, I'm already making more money, right? Fortunately, internet's not easy to use as I thought it was, right? Doesn't run
It can be
itself.
difficult to navigate.
Doesn't run itself,
No.
right?
Yeah.
So, anyways, I'm feeling more confident with my new venture
Right.
of Silly Side TV because I've decided that as a startup, I would get funding so I could afford to get the right people that know how to do those technical things, right?
Right.
You know, these guys would, if I had a T-shirt company, would make us rich. So maybe we'll start it again. Maybe we'll see.
Give it a shot. Hey,
we'll
man,
see what
just
happens.
Roll the dice, throw it out there. You know.
What are we missing? Have we missed anything, David? How long have we been going?
40 minutes.
40 minutes, really?
It goes by quick, doesn't
Yeah,
it?
time flies.
Unbelievable. How do we want to end today's episode?
Frittata, ricotta frittata?
Ricotta
frittata. Ricotta frittata.
Ricotta frittata.
I just like saying that.
For the days of my life. Ricotta frittata.
That's good.
We're gonna do a song for the episode.
Ricotta frittata.
We're gonna do the song. We're gonna make it happen, buddy. We're gonna video. I'm gonna get a bear suit.
Yeah.
Not that I need one.
I'm game. I'm
Right?
sold.
Get Moby out there, right? Hakuna Matata, buddy.
If you mean it, then say it with your chest now. Don't like bootless, then don't wear a vest now. Don't like cooking, then don't be a chef. I don't know what to do to cure all your stress. Tried to fix it, but I made a mess. Another victim of my dyslexia. Trying to bust down a new Rolex. Got my eyes on a new Prosecco. She get it wet,